realize that to trade well, you cannot have emotion. You must have little emotion. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So many people ask me, how do I make sure when I trade, I don't get emotional? I don't get too emotional. Okay. So I have a few suggestions. The first suggestion is you must trade at a level of risk where a few losing trades does not upset you. You understand? If you have a losing trade and you get then cannot. That means you are risking too much. That means you are risking too much. Okay? So how much should you risk? Okay? First ask yourself this question. Okay? What is the maximum drawdown you think that you can handle? What do you think? What's the maximum drawdown you can handle?
20.
So if you start with $5,000 example, right? What is the maximum drawdown you think that you can accept before you like 20%? 30%? 50%? Right? It is different for different people. I can tell you that most people, when they lose 20%, they get very angry already. They start to like 50%, not many people can handle. I can tell you that. Okay? Some people, they lose 10%, they already get very upset. So you must know yourself. You must know yourself. Okay? So if you feel that you can only accept 10% drawdown, then how much should you risk? If you can only accept 10% drawdown, how much should you risk? You should only risk 1%. Yes. Why? Because remember that it is possible to get what? 10 or 12 loss in a row. So if you risk 1% and you get 10 or 12 loss, you are still okay. Right? But if you risk 2%, right, and you get 10 loss in a row, then you are outside of your comfort. Then you feel upset. You understand? Now, some people say, I can only lose 5%. I can only accept 5%. Then, if you are like that, then what should you do? Then you should risk 0.5%. You understand? Right? So there's no right or wrong. It doesn't mean you must risk 1%, you must risk 2%. No, it doesn't mean. It means you must choose the risk where, in the worst case, you get 10 loss, you are still okay. You understand? So it's different for different people. You must, right? I can tell you that every morning when you wake up, if you rush downstairs, check the market, what happened? That means you risk too much. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Right. So there's nothing worse. See, I always say that if you keep trading, you will always win. You will always win. But the trouble is, many people, after a while, they will stop because they get what? Scared. Yes or no? So never risk too much so that a losing streak causes you to not dare to take the next trade. Right? You must be able to take the next trade, because once you don't take the next trade, what happens? Then you cannot build your capital. Okay. The next thing to understand is that all successful traders, do they work hard? Do they work hard, yes or no? Yes. Remember, in life, there's no free money. There is no free lunch. Okay? Many people lose money in trading because they treat it as gambling. They do not put in the effort. They do not do the homework. They do not do the research. They just, right? So treat trading like a business. Treat trading like any other career where you need practice, you need hard work. Okay? Very important. Okay? This guy, his name is Buoi. Right? And he's one of the very well-known traders. Right? He managed about $5 billion. $5 billion US dollars. And this is his track record for about 30 years. Okay? So he started in 1975. Alright? And from $1,000, he grew to $633,000. Now, he didn't start with 1,000. Okay, he started with a few million. But this shows that if you invest 1,000 with him, 1,000 will grow into what? 600,000. Okay? Now, this blue line is his result. What is the red line? The red line is what? S&P 500. So you can see that over 30 years, he has managed to beat the S&P 500 by what? By how many times? By about 5 times? 8. Yeah, about 8 times. Yes, so is that a good performance?
Yes.
Yeah, right? But if you take a look at his journey, you can see when he started trading in 1975, what happened? After 1 year, he has a 52% drawdown, can you see? Then he got a 28% drawdown, then 43% drawdown. So along the way, you see, he get this drawdown, right? But he's able to what? Continue, right? Many people after 63% drop, they what? They kill themselves. Okay. So how do you manage the drawdown? All right. So let me share with you a few techniques. So again, what is a drawdown? A drawdown is a reduction in your account equity from a losing trade or series of losing trades. It is inevitable in trading. All right. You cannot avoid it will happen. So drawdown is the main reason why most people cannot succeed, because psychologically they cannot take the drawdown. It's like many salespeople, they cannot succeed because they cannot take rejection from people. When people say no, no, they cannot take the rejection. So they cannot succeed in sales. Same thing with trading. Okay? So one of the things that I do is, I think of trading as a business. Let me ask you, in any business, whether you're selling clothes, you're selling food, right? In any business, you have got what? Sales, and you have got what? Cost. And then you have your gross profit. Yes or no? So if you sell clothes, right? You sell clothes, and you sell maybe at $100 US, and your cost is $50. What is your gross profit? $50. What is your profit margin? Your profit margin is 50%, yes or no? Right? Is this a good business? Yeah. Then after you get the 50%, you must minus your rental, minus the salary, minus the tax, blah blah blah, yes or no? Right? This is the business, right? So think of trading as a business. So think in trading, when you get winning trade, you get 2R is a what? Sales revenue. When you have a losing trade, it's minus what? 1R is a what? The cost of business. So net 1R. Even you get 50% winning rate, but you have 50% profit margin. Yes or no? So when you think of it this way, what happened? Then when you have a losing trade, you do not feel bad. Right? You think it's a cost. You cannot say, my business, I only want sales, no cost. No such thing. Right? So trading, same thing. You must have sales and what? Cost. Sometimes the cost comes first, sometimes the sales come first. You understand? Yeah. Right? So I think this way, right? Sales and cost. Right? So one of the things that you must do is to keep a trading journal. Alright? I believe that we have this journal. This is very hot, very hot. Why? Okay? So keep a trading journal. Okay? So inside this Excel, right, you have got your calculator, right? Yes? Yeah. Then you also have, what else have you got? You have got this one. You got this one, right? We did this one, right? Right? So the other thing is a trading journal. Right? So keep a trading journal, and every time you make a trade, you must record in your journal. Record the date you buy. What's the price you buy? What's your entry price? What's the stop loss? What's the target price? Right? And write down what is the strategy. Is it bounce? Is it breakout? Is it capitulation? You understand? Okay, so let me show you how I fill in my trading journal. Okay? So every month you can have a journal, right? So first you put the entry date, 7 September. Put long or short, yes or no? I go long. What's the stop? PRLB. Then what's the signal? You must put a signal. So signal is what? Bounce. Right? Or breakout. If there's no signal, then do not trade. Then put your what? Entry price, stop loss. And then this minus this is what? 1 up. Then you times 2, right? And then you put your target price. So target price is this 2R plus and 3. And then you put your exit price. And then you can see what? Your R. This one plus 2R plus 2R plus 2R plus 2R plus 4 minus whatever it is. Can you see? Right? And then what is the last one? This is comment. Comment means what? What do you write here? Okay. If you follow the rules, no comment. Comment is only if you did not follow the rule or you make a mistake, then you put a comment. What is your mistake? I put my stop loss too close. I did not check the MACD. I did not check the S&P 500. Put a comment. So your job is what? Is to be able to do it until you have no comment. That means you follow it on the rule. Then you know you are trading well. Understand? Okay. My suggestion also is when you start trading, besides recording the trade, you should also what? Take a picture of the chart. Right? I think you have a software you can take a picture, right? Or use your phone to take a picture. And so every time you trade, get a picture of the chart and where you enter, where the stop loss. Why? Because when you do that, you can have a good record. Then, after every month, you can go back and analyze. This trade, was it the right trade? Right? And then when you come for the coaching session, you can show the coaches, you can also email to me and say, Adam, I take this trade. Would you take the trade? Why? Right? And then you learn. Understand? Right? So, do that. That will really help you. Okay? Very, very important. Yeah? Okay. Now, finally, let me talk a bit about stockbrokers. Right? So, in order to access the market, we need a broker. It's like you want to buy a house, you need to have a property agent to help you to buy the house. Okay? So let me talk about stockbrokers. Now obviously, if you want to buy local stocks in Vietnam, use the local broker here. Right? So that one I'm not familiar. Right? Maybe Anthony can share more about any local broker. Right? So I will talk about US broker. Okay. Now there's many US broker. Okay. Let me tell you the ones that I have used. Okay. You can use the same one or you can find your own. It's up to you. Right. But I tell you the one I use. Right. So basically there are 3 brokers I'm familiar with. First is Think or Swim, which is the one that you download, right? You download the demo account, right? Okay. Another one is called Interactive Brokers. Okay. Another one is Halifax. This one is from Australia. Right, this is from US. Okay, so I use all 3 of these brokers. Okay. So let me show you. So Think or Swim, you already know, right? Now, Interactive Brokers, this is the website. Interactive Brokers, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, this one, Interactive Brokers. Yeah, then another one is Halifax. This is Halifax.com.au. So this is from Australia. Why it takes so long to load?
Free trial.
This one also quite fun. Where is it? Still loading. Why is it so slow? Alamak. Okay, you load in a while. Okay, so let me tell you now. All brokers have pros and cons, right? So let me tell you what's good and bad about each broker. Okay. So first, let me talk about. Think or swim, yeah, think or swim. Okay, what is good, what is bad? Okay, first, what is good? What is good is they have got very nice charts. That is why I like to use their charts to analyze the market. They got very nice charts, beautiful charts. Alright? Okay, the other thing is, how do they charge? They charge a fixed commission of about $8 per trade. Okay, so you buy $8, sell $8. No matter how many shares you buy. So you buy one share, $8. You buy 1 million share, also $8. It's fixed price. Okay? What else? They have got no inactivity fee. What does it mean? That means if you do not trade, if you open an account, you do not trade, they don't charge you anything, right? They don't charge you any money if you do not trade, right? What else is good about that? Okay, to start, okay, when you first start the account, when you open the account, and if you want to trade live, you must put money inside, you must fund the account, okay? Now minimum, you must fund with $2,000 if you want to fund a cash account. Minimum is $3,500 if you want to fund a margin account. Okay, what does margin mean? Margin means they will lend you money. Okay, so if you open a cash account, you put $2,000 inside, what does it mean? It means you can only buy $2,000, right? But if you open a margin account, if you put $3,500, example, they will lend you another $3,500, right? That means you can borrow more than what you put inside, and they charge you interest when you borrow, right? So if you put $3,500 and you buy $3,500, that means no interest. But if you put $3,500 and you buy $7,000, they will charge you interest on the extra $3,500. Understand? So that's called margin. That's called margin, right? What is bad about that? What's bad is that their interest rate is quite high. Their interest rate, I think, is about 8 to 9%. Yeah, very high. The other thing is they have no CFD. They do not have CFD. Okay? Remember I told you CFD? Right? With CFD, you only need 10 6%, right? That's CFD. What else about them?
Interest.
The other thing good about them is they have got unlimited demo account. That means you can practice forever. Yeah, forever. So Think or Swim is good for practice. Yeah, good for practice, right? So that's Think or Swim. You can only buy US stocks, right? So that's Think or Swim. Now, interactive brokers. What is good, what is bad? Okay. Now what is good? What is good is that they have got the lowest commissions. They charge commission of half a cent per share. So they charge by shares. Right? They charge by shares. So that means if you buy 100 shares, what's the commission? 50 cent. Yes. Yeah, 50 cent. Yeah, 50 cent. Right? But there's a minimum. The minimum is $1. Okay? So every time you buy, minimum you must pay commission $1. When you sell, minimum is what? $1. Okay? So again, I repeat, they charge half a cent per share, but minimum $1. Okay? So if you buy 1,000 shares, what's your commission? $5. $5. Okay? Alright, so lowest, that's good. Okay? What else is good about them? What else is good is you can use CFD and you can trade 24 countries. Right? So you can trade Singapore market, US market, Hong Kong, many countries, right? Okay, what else is good about them? Okay, what's bad? Okay, what's bad is to open an account, minimum you need to fund 10,000 US. Okay? But when you open an account, initially when you open an account, you must fund minimum 10,000 US, but you don't have to leave the money inside. That means once you fund, you can actually take the money out. It's okay. Yeah, it's just that when you start, you have to put 10,000. And after you start, you can take out. Then leave 1,000. It's okay. Okay? Yeah. Okay, what is good is also, okay, what is bad is their charts suck. They got terrible charts. That's why for me, I use the Think or Swim chart and I trade with interactive brokers. Right, because they got, it's very bad, right? What else is bad about them? They have got what we call inactivity fee. That means for them, you have to trade every month. You have to trade every month, right? If you don't trade, they will charge you administration fee. I think they charge about what, $20 a month. They charge $20 a month if you do not trade enough, right? You must do at least 20, I think at least 20 trades a month. If you do not do, they will charge you a fee. Alright? The other thing is their demo account is only for 1 month demo account. Yeah, okay? So they are both good and bad, right? Now, the best I think for you is Halifax. Because Halifax is the best of both. Right? Now, Halifax, they are from Australia and they are like the partner of interactive brokers. They are like the partner. It's like the franchise, right? So when you use Halifax, the trading platform is exactly the same as what? Interactive, exactly the same. The only difference is you don't need the 10,000 minimum. The minimum is same as Think or Swim, which is 2K. Yeah. If you use Halifax. Okay. But this is a bit more. Instead of 5 cents, I think they charge 2 cents. 2 cents? 2.2 cents. They charge commission 2 $0.2 per share. And minimum, I think, is $2. $2.75. Yeah. Yes, right? So Halifax is everything interactive except lower starting but a bit higher commission. Yeah. Right? So I think for you guys, if you want to trade, right, I think Halifax is you can start Halifax, right? Unless if you have got 10 or 20,000 US to start, then you use interactive brokers. Okay? The good news is that Halifax, because many of my students use Halifax, so they specially assign a person to help my students, right? So because of that, if you use Halifax, you get much faster customer service, right? Customer service. So after this program, we'll get Halifax to send you an email to help you open an account. So if you want to open with them, just follow the email and then you can open an account, right? Can you make sure that they send the email? Yeah, all right. Okay? Okay, question? Yes. Yeah, pass him the mic. Pass him the mic.
Cho em hỏi thưa thầy, em cũng có hứng thú với thị trường của Trung Quốc đó. Thì thầy có thể giới thiệu một số sàn giao dịch trên Trung Quốc.
Interactive broker and Halifax, right? You can, with them, you can trade 24 countries. India, China, Hong Kong, Singapore.
Cảm ơn thầy.
Any other questions? Right. By the way, our coaches, they are all actively trading. So if you got a lot of questions on the broker, right, how to put the money, how to take out the money, right, you can talk to them. Right? They all are trading. Okay. And you guys use interactive brokers or anything?
Xuống đây đó là do gì đó mình không biết.
Now, but let me tell you roughly, right? Now, to open an account, first you must go online. You must go online to open the account, right? So open the account online. Now, it will take you about 1 hour or more to answer all the questions. They will ask you many questions to make sure you are not a terrorist. You are not a terrorist. Okay. Now, the other thing is, when you open an account, they will ask you a question, which is, do you have any experience in trading? If you say you want to trade stock, they ask you how many years experience do you have. If you say I want to trade CFD, they ask you how many years experience do you have. If you say I got no experience, they will not allow you to open the account. Okay? So you must be creative. You must use your imagination. If not, you cannot open the account. Now, once you open the account online, okay, then you must send them a copy of your passport to make sure you are a real person, and your address, proof of address, right, and a lot of documents you must send, right? Now, then you have to send the money from the bank in Vietnam to the broker, right? So use what we call that telegraphic transfer, wire transfer, right? So you send money, and then important, you send from your bank, right, to the broker, must be the same name. So if you open an account with the broker, your name is Adam Khoo, your bank, the account name must be Adam Khoo, must be the same name. This is to prevent money laundering. So must be the same name. Okay. Now the other thing, very important, when you open an account, they will ask you, do you want to open a individual account or joint account or company account? Okay, my suggestion, open joint account. Why? Because if you open individual account and if you die, it's very hard for your family to get your money back. right? They have to get your death certificate, they must show or he died, and then they may tax up to 50%. The government will tax 50% if you die. Yeah. That's why all my account is joined with my wife. So if I die before my wife, the account will go to her direct. So she can take out the money. Right? Okay? If you got no one to join, put my name. Huh? Oh, Anthony. Okay, any question? Yeah.
Do you know if I can plunge my account using a bank account in one country and then withdraw the money to another account in other country?
I'm not sure. You have to check with them. I'm not sure. You have to check. So any questions you have like that, you can chat with them. They have the online chat, or you can send them an email. Yeah. So I'm not sure. You have to check. Yeah. Any other question? Okay, like I said, right, do ask Anthony, ask our coaches, because they are trading, they have gone through this process, right? So they can answer many of your questions about transferring money and all those things. Okay? Any other questions, guys? Yeah.
Will Halifax cost me? Will Halifax cost me in fee?
Oh no. Yeah, they are correct. They do not have the inactivity fee. Yeah. No inactivity fee. So that's what's good with them. And the other thing that's good is also they let you to do demo trading for as long as you like. Yeah. Okay. Okay. By the way, those of you who trade forex, any of you here trade forex? All right. If you trade forex, to me, Halifax is the best for trading forex, right? Because when I trade stock, I use interactive brokers actually when I trade stock. But when I trade forex, I use Halifax. Why? Because they do not. Okay, you know the spread. Remember the spread? The spread, right? For those of you, if you trade, remember there's a spread. Especially if you trade forex, you know there's a spread, right? Now many broker they will mark up. They will do a markup on the spread. Right? They will mark up on the spread. Now the market is closed. I cannot show this. Market is closed. Yeah. They will mark up on the spread. So Halifax does not do a markup on the spread. Right? But they charge you a fixed commission, and their commission is the lowest I can find. Right? They charge $3.50 per lot when you buy, $3.50 per lot when you sell. Right? So it's the lowest. Right? And not only that, but many of my students, they use Halifax to trade forex. Okay. By the way, I know some of you ask me whether I teach forex. I only teach online. I do not teach live. All right. I only teach online. Why? Because I got no time to teach live. I'm very busy. So let me just show you this. If you're interested, okay, Halifax, right? They actually give my students a special deal. Where the was? Yeah, special deal. Wait, is this the one? No, this is the top up. Hold on, let me see which one is it. Oh, no, this not the one. Let me check which one. Wait, check. Yes, this one. Yes, correct. Okay. Yes, this is the one. Okay, so if you open an account with Halifax to trade Forex, if you put minimum 3,600 US to fund the account, they will give you additional $1,788 credit. Yeah, 1,788 credit, right, of free money, right? So this is a special offer that they have, right? So if you want, you can email to me. I will ask them to give you the special promotion, right? If you want to learn Forex, if you want to take my Forex course, it's only online. It is here. You can find it in this website called Piranha Profits. Yeah, this one. So this is my course, Forex course, right? All right. Now, there is 2 levels for Forex trading. Okay, level 1, level 2. Okay, the normal price is 588. Level 2 normal price is 24,004. Okay, but we have a special. Total is $1,600 US. Okay. Now for you guys, if you're interested, send me an email. I will ask my team to give you another special discount, which I don't know how much. I have to check with my team. All right. So this is what we normally offer the student, but for you, we will give you another extra discount if you want. Okay. So email to me and I'll find out, let you know. Right. So yeah. So after that, if you use Halifax, you get additional 1,788. So in other words, if you put in 3,006, you get 3,006. What you put plus, they give you extra this. So this helps you to pay for the course. You understand? So it's like Halifax pay for your course, but you must put in the money with them to trade with them. Yeah. So that's the advantage, right? Okay. Okay. Any questions? If you want Forex, you can go and look at that.
Alo.
Yes.
Thầy ơi, cho em hỏi là các cái chiến lược của thầy dạy á, là áp dụng cho thị trường chứng khoán Việt Nam có được không? Hay là chỉ là cùng đánh nước ngoài?
Which strategy? I'm not sure. My suggestion is for Vietnamese market, and same thing. When I teach in Singapore, I tell them that for Singapore, for local market, not good to do trading, good to do investing, not trading. Why? Why don't we do trading for the local market? Because number one, the commission is very high, right? When you trade when you buy and sell in the local market, I think the commission is quite high. Commission, yeah. Depends on the broker, right? So anyway, in Singapore, our local broker, the commission is very high, minimum $50. Yeah. So in Singapore, you trade, you're sure to lose money because very high commission, right? The other thing is that a local broker, they don't have all the special order. They don't have the buy stop limit. They don't have all these things, right? So it's very hard to trade. Okay. The other thing is that in the local market, there's very few companies. Like US has 7,000, right? So you can easily find the bounce and the capitulation. But Singapore, there's only 700 companies. Here, there's only 1,000. So it's very hard to find the pattern. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say my suggestion is for local is to invest. It's for investment. Okay? And the other thing you also notice is in the US market, there's many stocks that have what? Nice what? Pattern that follow the moving average. But in the local Vietnamese or Singapore, many of the stocks are not like that. They are like, you know, the price very messy, very hard to trade. You understand? Very, very messy. Okay. So it's easier to invest, right? Easier to invest. Now, having said that, let me spend maybe the next. Still hot. Is it hot? Yeah. Okay. Maybe let me spend the next few minutes to again reinforce some of the investing strategy for you, so you can use this for your local market. Okay. Okay. So let's go to page. 143. Page 143. Okay, now let's switch gears to investing. Right? We've talked a lot about trading, right? Capitulation, all that. Let's now talk about investing, because I think investing is also a very important skill that you need, right? Because I also trade, I also invest, okay? Remember what's the difference? Investing is what? Holding for long term, right? Get married for a good company. So in time the company will grow, okay? So basically to be an investor, there's 3 steps. How many steps? 3 steps, okay, good, 3 steps. What is step 1? What is the first step to investing? First step is you must identify very good business. Very good business, yeah. So, because remember when you buy a stock, you're buying part of a business. So what kind of business you want to buy? You want to buy very good business. Now, what makes a very good business? What makes a good business? What is a good business? Who can tell me? What is a good business? Come on. What is a good business? Profit consistent, yes. Growing, predictable. Yes, very good. A good business is one where you are confident over time the company will what? Will increase in value. That means it will become more and more valuable over time. Make sense? Because if the company becomes more and more valuable, the price of the share will what? Will go up over time. So what makes a company more valuable? Right? Remember, what is a business? A business is a money-making machine. A business is a machine that makes money. So a good business is one that able to make money consistently. Alright? So a good business is able to what? Increase, number 1, sales, revenue. Number 2, net profit. Number 3, cash flow from operations. It must increase all these 3, 1, 2, 3, consistently. What I mean by consistently? Right? That means year after year after year, every year is able to what? Grow. Now, do you think all companies can do this? Do you think all companies can do this? No. Many companies, the growth is not consistent. Like some years they make a lot of money, some years they lose money, some years they make money, some years they don't make money. No, that is not consistent. We want every year the sales grow, profit grow, cash flow from operations grow. Understand? Okay? This is for investing. Now, do you understand what is sales revenue? Yeah. Sales, you know, right? Profit, you know, right? What is cash flow from operation? What does it mean? How much cash the company collect from the customer. Okay? Now, is it possible the company sales increase, profit increase, but the cash flow no increase? Is it possible? Yes. Why? What happened? Yes, customer never pay. That means the company sell the product, they record the profit, but the customer did not pay. If the customer did not pay, they cannot collect the cash, right? Negative. So what is more important? Record the profit or collect the cash? Collect the cash. Yeah. So like for Warren Buffett, he's an investor. So he wants to make sure the cash flow is also consistent. Understand? Okay? Now, the other thing is that for Warren Buffett, he wants to make sure that it's consistent and also predictable. Predictable. What does predictable mean? Right? I talked about it on the first day, right? What's predictable? Yeah. That means you know the product, people will always need the product. It's like toothpaste, like Colgate, you know Colgate? People always need toothpaste. People always need to eat food. People always need to drink milk. Right? Predictable. Right? And what makes it predictable is we want a company with a very strong what? With a very strong what? A strong brand. A very strong brand. So that the competitor cannot take away the customer. Right? So how you know it's a strong brand?
McDonald's.
Yeah, when you mention the product, most people will think of the same company. Like say hamburger, McDonald's, right? Fried chicken, KFC, pizza, Pizza Hut, Domino Pizza, right? Colgate, toothpaste, Colgate, right? These are called the brand monopoly. All right. So when you are investor, you always want to buy what? Brand monopoly. Very strong brand. You understand? Okay? Now, the other thing is this. Okay? Will all companies go through a recession in the future? Yes. Will all companies have problems?
Yes.
All companies will have problems. So a good business is a business that is able to withstand the problem. That means in the worst recession, if the company gets sued, the company will not die. So how do you know the company will not die? When the company has got low debt. Low debt. So you only want to invest in companies with what? Little or no debt. Little or no debt. If the company has a lot of debt, that means they borrow a lot of money from the bank, but it's very risky. Because suddenly if there's a financial crisis, the bank increase the interest rate too fast. They cannot pay the interest, what happens? The bank will take back the loan, they go bankrupt. Okay? So as an investor, we only want this kind of business. Okay? So let me summarize. Let me summarize for you. So what do I look for investment? Number one, sales, revenue, increase consistently. Number two, net profit, increase consistently. Number three, cash flow from operations, increase consistently. Next, you can look at this thing called current ratio. This is the current asset divided by current liability. All this you can find in the website. Later I'll show you. You can see in the website. This should be more than one. So the company got more asset than what? Liability. Right? Next you can look at debt to equity ratio. This is the total liability divided by total equity. This one less than 1. That means you want more equity than what? Liability. So this tells you the company is safe, right? They do not have too much debt. Okay? Okay? Alright, so let's take a look. You can use investing.com to look for these good companies, right? So let me show you. Investing.com. Okay, so first you can go to the market, stocks. Can you see? Where does it say market? Say market? Stocks? Stock screener. Okay, go to screener. Okay, and then if you want to look at Vietnam, you can click on Vietnam. Right? So total, how many company? 1324. Okay? So from all the Vietnamese stock, we can filter. We can find the one with the growth rate. Okay? So how do you find? Okay. So you can filter using all these criteria. So if you want to find stock with the high dividend, you can go to this one. You see? Any dividend? You click. What happened? Internet is slow. Hello. What happened to you? Let me change. Okay. Again. Market, stock, screener. Choose Vietnam. Okay. So see, I select dividend, and you can say, okay, what is the minimum? What is the maximum? So maybe if you want to buy the stock for dividend, minimum 5%. You see? Then it will find all the stock with the. Can you see the dividend here? All the stock with the dividend more than 5%. Can you see? How many are there? How many? 458. Okay. What else do we want to see? Ratio. See? We want a company with what? Growth, yes? This is the 5-year earnings growth. So do we want the company to grow? Minimum how many percent? 10%? Boom. Straight away, we have got what? 100 company. Okay. Right? Okay. What else do we want? This is the earnings growth for the last year. Right? For the last year. So maybe this one. Again, maybe you can say minimum 5%. Oh, okay. How many stocks do we have now? 54, can you see? Sales growth, important? Yeah? So maybe 5-year sales growth. Again, minimum 10%. Left 25 stocks. Right? So these are the These are the 25 companies that have got what? That have got minimum 10% profit growth and minimum 10% sales growth, right? For the last 5 years, yeah? So now you have got 25 stocks. What can you do next? What's the next thing you can do? What's the next thing you can do? Then you can study each one in detail. So let's say we look at one. Which one do you like?
Petro.
This one? This one? Okay, so let's look at this one.
FPT đã mất tiêu rồi.
Look at the what? Financials. So look at the annual, right? Annual. So is it? Look at the revenue. Grow. Yes. Every year grow, right? Good, right? Net income. See, grow. Good. So you want the sales to grow every year, profit grow. Okay. What else? Then current ratio. See, 1.4. So is it more than 1? Yeah. Sorry, this one current ratio 1.5. Yeah. Total debt to equity. This is 45%, which means 0.45. 0.45. So it's less than 1. So safe. You see? Check this. Check the current ratio. Check the debt to equity ratio. Then cash flow. This one important. Is the cash from operating activity. That means, does the company collect more cash? Right? Increase. It decrease. Decrease. No good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So drop. No good. Yeah. Alright. So you see, got 25 companies. Choose the one where it has got the nicest. Right. The best one. You understand? So this is how you can analyze, right, the good company. Then look at the chart. Can look at the chart, right? Look at the chart. Where's the chart? So you can draw the support. You see there's a resistance, right? Resistance, support, can you see? Draw the support resistance. This is the uptrend. And you have to put in the moving average, right? Put in the moving average and you can see. Right? So again, from there you can make sure you buy on the what? Uptrend. Right? So normally for investing, don't have to use the 20, the 40 and all that. Just use the 50 and 150. Right? As long as the 50 moving average above the 150 moving average, and you buy near the moving average, near the support, that's enough. That's good. Right? So because you are a more long-term investor, don't have to be so precise on your entry. Okay? So once you identify the good business, once you find the good business, can you buy? Yes or no? Yes or no? No. Check the price. So first the price must be what? On an uptrend near the support. Yes or no? Yeah, check. Don't go and buy the top of the uptrend. Also don't buy on the downtrend. Okay? Next, you can also check, is it expensive, right? How do you check? How do you check if it's expensive? So step 2. So step 1, identify good business. Step 2, buy when the price is what? Is undervalued and uptrend. So you can look at the chart, check the trend. Next, you can check the PEG ratio. Remember the PEG ratio? Okay, let's look at the PEG ratio. What's the PEG ratio? What's the PEG ratio? Remember you learned this? PE ratio divided by what? Earnings growth, right? So let's look at this company. What's the PE ratio? 7. Okay? What is the growth? Let's look at the 5-year growth. Yeah, this one. See this one? The 5-year growth is 13%. So it's what? 0.5. Cheap? Cheap. But the problem is here, the last, not bad, yeah. See, the last 1 year, the profit grows 68%, see? Yeah, not bad. Yeah. Okay. This company is not bad. Alright? So, that's how you can do that. Alright? So once you invest, right, you can, so when do you sell? You can sell when it's become over value, when it's become too expensive, you can sell, right? Or when it start to go into a down trend, right? Yeah. So these are the steps to investing. Now, remember for trading, we put a stop loss, yes? For long-term investing, do we put stop loss? No, no stop loss. So how do you calculate the position size? How do you calculate the number of shares to buy, right? Right? Very simple. Just take your money, divide equally. Okay? So for investing, okay, by the way, when you invest your money, never put everything into one company. Always what? Diversify into at least minimum 10 company, maximum 30. Minimum, maximum. Okay, so example, if you have $10,000, you buy the company A, company B, company C, D, E. Okay, sorry, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you buy 10 company, what you do? This money what? What? Divide what? Divide equally. You understand? So every company you invest what? 1,000. Divide equally. Alright? And then remember, you can do dollar cost averaging. What's dollar cost averaging? It means every 3 or 6 months, you invest another 10,000, another 10,000, another 10,000, or 1,000, 1,000, whatever. Right? So every time you invest, you divide what? Equal. Divide, equal. Understand? So you do dollar cost averaging, what happened? When the price is very high, you buy less. Price very low, you buy more. So you average the price. So investing, this is the method. So investing is a lot simpler. Right? Simpler, but you hold longer. Understand? Yeah. And like I said, for investing, the best is invest in the ETF. Right? Because ETF in the long run will always go up. Okay? Okay, I think I've covered everything that I need to cover. Right? So I hope it's been useful for you guys. Yes. These 3 days, yeah. So any last questions that you have? Any last questions?
Excuse me. Ask about the Halifax broker.
Halifax, yeah.
Can we use the same account to trade both stocks and forex at the same time?
It's a different account. I think it's different account. I think it's different. You can check with them, but I think it's a different account. But anyway, I suggest that when you trade stocks and forex, you must always put separate. Don't mix together. Yeah, don't mix together. Right. Whenever you trade something separate, different strategy. Right. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah. Price money get ready.
Làm thế nào mà chúng ta biết được là cái giá của cổ phiếu là nó overprice để chúng ta bán?
Okay, how do you know whether the price is expensive or cheap? Look at the PEG ratio, remember? The PEG ratio? So if the PEG ratio is more than 1.6, like I say, if this is more than 1.6, then it's very expensive, right? If it's less than 1.6, then it's okay. But of course, if it's less than 1, then it's very cheap. Okay, but very cheap doesn't always mean very good. Sometimes you buy the cheapest things is not always the best. Alright? Yeah.
So when the PEG over 1.6, I can sell it or more.
Remember, 1.6 is expensive, right? But if it's a strong uptrend, it can become more expensive. It can go from 1.6, 1.7, 2, 3, 4. You never know. Right. So to me, as long as the trend is up, just hold.
Could we enjoy with you in the investing stock?
Sorry, in what mean by?
Could we join with you and play and invest stock with you?
Invest stock with me. I don't understand. Oh, you want to? No, I don't. No, I don't manage money for people. Headache. I just manage my own money. Yeah. Any other questions?
I'm still a little bit confused about the CFD and the margin. Would you mind explaining this again, please?
Okay, CFD and margin. Okay, CFD and margin are different. Okay, so margin means the broker lend you the money, right? So, right, if you put in 2,000 cash. If you use margin, that means the broker will lend you another 2,000. This is called using margin. Now, for me, I don't use margin. I use CFD. Right. So with CFD, whatever I buy, right? If I buy 20,000 of the shares, then I only use what? Or in this case, let's say I buy 5,000 of the shares. I only use 10% of my cash as deposit. So I only use $500. Yeah. So for me, I prefer to use CFD. Anyway, CFD and margin for interactive brokers, the interest is about the same. It's about the same interest, right? But I just prefer to use CFD. Okay.
And one more question. What is the good growth for a company for investing?
What is a good growth?
Yep.
What's the good growth? I would say anything more than 10% is good. Yeah, anything more than 10% is okay. It's okay growth. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any more questions, guys? Yeah.
Giải thích lại giùm em cái phần số 3, cái bước 3 mà khi mà chia đầu tư, chia cái tài sản đầu tư của mình ra 10 công ty, rồi sau đó thì mình sẽ tiếp theo mình sẽ đo lường cái gì. Và thứ hai, câu hỏi thứ hai là trong đầu tư cổ phiếu thì có sử dụng đòn bẩy không?
Wait up, I can't hear. Hello, hello. Yes, I can hear. Okay, yeah. Okay. First question, can I explain how to diversify? Okay. So when you invest, always invest in at least minimum 10 company or 10 ETF, or some can be ETF, some can be companies. Right? Do not put less than 10. Why? Because you don't have enough diversification. You must always spread your risk. Okay? So at least 10. So for investing, right, every time you invest, divide the money equally by the number of stocks. Right? So if you have 10,000, you buy 10 companies, each one you invest $1,000. Right? And then maybe 1 year later, you invest another $10,000, then divide equally. So you do the dollar cost averaging. For investing, I don't suggest you use margin. I suggest you just buy cash. Right? Why? Because investing, there's no stop loss. There's no stop loss. Right? And during the bear market, remember the bear market? It could drop 50%. Right? So if you use margin, it's very risky. Very risky. But for trading, we can use leverage. Why? Because we have a stop loss. Right? So if we hit the stop loss, we get out fast. Right? But this one, there's no stop loss. So don't use leverage. Very dangerous. Okay? Yeah. It's like trading, you're driving the car very fast. Sports car. You need a seatbelt. This one, don't put seatbelt, but drive slowly. Yeah.
Do you suggest that we can invest in small caps?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Or investing in small caps. If you want to invest in small caps, you must be very confident that it is a very good business. Yeah. For me, I do not dare to invest in small caps. I do not dare. Right. For small caps, I will trade. I will not. I only invest in very big companies that have very strong brand. I know will not die. I know it's very strong. Like McDonald's and all this. Yeah. Okay, because small cap is like a baby. It's like a baby, right? It can grow up to be a big man, or it can die. It's not strong enough. Okay. Yeah. Okay, all right. So if no more questions, we are going to give out the prize money and also give out the certificates, right? Yes. All right. So